Hi, Tushar. Hi, everyone.
Yes. So, as I said,
Hello.
guys, we'll have, yeah, great. So, she's our role model for the day. Okay. So, just to give a quick glimpse of, like, I would not bore you enough, like, not, I will not bore you much. So, but just to quickly introduce her, she's currently a leader of two teams. One team is, like, Growth Stories Lab, which is basically, a lot of people who are producing content and stuff. And the other one is Organization Growth Labs, Organization Growth Lab. So, which connects with, external people, clients and stuff, and, work in that domain. Right. So, Artwa, like you will like I'll ask her a few questions now, but you will soon get to know, about her leadership journey, how just after joining the Deep Thought community in a few days, or I guess it was just 1 or 2 weeks, right? Artwa, she became a leader, right?
Yeah, it was
So
around 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
yeah, right. So you will see that it is possible for everyone, like you guys as well, to become leaders, right? You just need that dedication, you just need that ambition to go ahead and do that. Right. So okay, I will not bore you
Am I
anymore.
audible?
Yes, Sivam.
I have a question. How many? Like, I have seen the previous. Like, for example, they have shown some example of the reflection. So I wanna ask. Like, they have shown like minimum 6 to 5. Some have 5 and some have 6. But so, how many session do we have to do in a reflection?
Okay, I think he got disconnected. Okay, but anyway, we'll answer his question later, at the end of the session, right? So, guys, if you have a question, please write them down. You can ask them at the end of the session. For now, let's ask a few questions to Artava. Okay, so I will start, but if you guys have any question as well, please feel free to drop in the chat box. Okay, so yeah, let's start. First of all, again, thank you so much for being here, Artava. For you're very busy, but thank you so much for giving us the time, right?
I
Okay,
love interacting with people.
awesome. Yeah. So, would you like to share, like how you got started with Deep Thought?
Sure. So when I came in as an observer, I was okay. So the only reason why I came into observation was because I was extremely stimulated by the assignments that were done in the other round. I was like, what is this company doing? I need to know. What is the secret going on? Why so much of observation, questions, reflection? Kya ho raha hai? I just need to know. And that curiosity brought me to deep thought. And then I started my observation. Yeah, I was nervous. I was excited. I was like this quiet kid who would go and sit in a room and just follow up the discussion and maybe ask questions once or twice. But then I understood that this whatever this company is doing, I didn't have a clear idea even then. But then I slowly, when I came into this observation period, I understood this is much bigger than what I thought it would be. It's not only just reflection and introspection, but it's on a very bigger level of understanding. And when you come into this observation, I'm sure people who've completed 1 or 2 days can tell me that there has been a little change in your thought process when you see these people walking and discussing throughout this 4 hours in walk links. I think there's a minuscule change that meant to happen. So I think that's how I came into deep thought, looking for a normal internship and just to know what the company is doing. And then now just been here for last 2.5 months almost, and it's been a wonderful journey. Yeah, Tushar, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, yes, you did, Artava. Thank you for that. So yeah, that's how she joined Deep Thought, right? So now another question, Artava. You joined Deep Thought. You came on the link on the first day. You observed. So one day of observation, I think for some people that might be enough, right? They have observed enough. They have written their reflection stuff. But what kept you going and observe for like 6 or 7 days?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm someone who's not a person who would sit through 4 hours of observation. I'm not that person. So when I joined first day, I was like, 1 day is enough for me. I can't continue even 3 days. How will I continue 6 to 7 days? So what happened then is when I joined on the first day, I saw these people walking and I followed up on some discussions and I even I had this when I joined on the first day. I think growth stories was still kind of under construction then. I didn't know I'd be in growth stories. I applied for a client company, but when I came into that lab and I talked to some people, I think Nitin was there, and I talked to him and he told me that these we are building these transformational stories, people who are going through this transformation. I kind of had a eureka moment. Now, what is the eureka moment? That I'm sure Tushar will tell you, and every one of us can tell you. So I wrote about that in my reflection, and I think it kind of got into the need of knowing more, that what is happening. I want to know more. So every day I would just come and sit in growth stories, even if no one is there. I would just come and sit there and wait for people to come. So I think that kind of got me through it. That one day I entered with an intention that one day is enough. I just want to observe what this company is doing. And then it got me kind of stuck here. Not stuck, I would not say, but kind of got me attached that I want to continue.
Wonderful. Thank you, Artwa. And guys, a reminder, if you have a question as well, please feel free to drop in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and ask a question as well. So yeah, another question, Artwa. What were some of the most memorable moments of yours during the observation period? Something specific that you learned? Would you like to share with people?
Sure, I would love that. I think one of the most important moments is I joined on a Wednesday. So people who have been here yesterday knows that Wednesday is LDI. So I was so confused. What is happening? What is this LDI thing? I was like, wow, everyone is pitching in. And I joined, I remember, I don't exactly remember the topic, but I remember joined someone's room and uh, I was the quiet kid, but I wanted to ask questions and I ended up asking question and I had this amazing discussion and I was like, wow, this is, like I said, this is the eureka moment for me. And then there was the moment of growth stories where I didn't know I was going to be in that lab, but since day one, that lab attracted me because I'm a storyteller, if you can tell already, if you can't tell. So it kind of the stories, the way people talk, it kind of attracted me. And there were moments of workshops where people were discussing about emotional intelligence and how you can be more emotional intelligence and all of that. I think the entire deep thought universe was a big eureka moment for me. So I cannot probably give you specifics, but it was the entire experience that I'm sure people here made possible. And now that I'm a part of the system, I know exactly how each of you feel. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Artwa. So guys, you heard this term LDI, right? So what is LDI? It is one of the most awaited events in this community. To know more about it, you would have to hang out till next Wednesday. So it happens every Wednesday. So what is it? How's it going to be and stuff? We'll get to know next week, right? And another point I would like to stress upon was Artwa said, right? She was a quiet person when she joined. I'm pretty sure you all must be feeling that nervousness as well. You might be quiet as well when you join initially, but later on, once you get exposed to more and more people, when you start talking to more and more people, you'll directly open up and have the best moments of your life here. Like some of the best moments. I can't say all of them, but yeah, it would be awesome. Okay, great. So yeah, Artwa. So before joining, like, would you like to share your transformation journey? Like, you have been here for like 2.5 months, you just said, right? So before joining Deep Thought and today, where do you see yourself and where did you see yourself at that point?
Okay. Before joining Deep Thought, I was just okay. So I'd give a little info about me. I am currently doing my bachelor's in physics. So I've always loved physics, but I always loved writing as well. I always loved the art of storytelling. So when someone asked me why do you like storytelling, I told them that every one of us carries some of stories with us, and I want to know those stories and I want to bring those to the world. So before joining Deep Thought, I was just searching for an internship where I can write rigorously, write anything. But after coming to Deep Thought, I understand that I'm not only writing, but my writing is causing an impact to a certain amount of people. And I think that's a wonderful feeling to have when you interact with these people who are working here. So we basically write mostly on student unicorns. So when you interact with these people, I think uh, um, change happens in how you think. I think you're more introspect on yourself when you're walking them through their journey. You also kind of become a part of that journey and you think, okay, these people went through this, learned this. So can I learn something from their journey? So I think that is a change that I felt. And like I said, I was extremely quiet. I think I got stuck. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are
Tushar, am
audible.
I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I was extremely quiet kid before I joined Deep Thought, and now no one believes me because I love to talk so much and I interact with people so much. These people don't believe me that I was an introvert before. And I think the best part of my day consists of talking to people who come in and explaining them what we do. So what I would say, I don't know if it's a transformational journey, but I've seen myself evolve and grow and focus on bigger things. Like I joined in as a writer. Now I'm doing multiple things. I'm focusing on the business agenda of the organization. I'm focusing on the marketing agenda of the organization. And I think the best part about it is you learn a lot while you're in deep thought. You learn rigorously. Everyone would agree. Every day you learn something new. And I think that's the most beautiful part of it. Yeah, I think that would be a little of my journey. And I'm looking forward to even more.
Wonderful. Thank you, Artwa, for that. Okay. Uh, Great. We'll take Susan's question. Just this one question now. Right. Yeah. So you said you joined like 2.5 months ago, right? I'm again repeating it. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, you joined a few months ago, right? As a fresher. Okay. And in just 2 months, you grew into that level of a manager, right? You are leading two different teams. You're handling a different objectives, handling a lot of work and carrying out a lot of objectives and stuff, right? So you definitely have grown up a lot, right? So now where do you see yourself in the next few months? Let's say in the next 3 or 6 months.
Okay. Okay, this is something I recently realized. Before I was really happy with the fact that I'm leading. Okay, I was leading one team during the past weeks, and now I'm leading two. So I was really happy. But now I think I see myself more of an organizational builder level. I'm a leader, yes. I'm on a managerial post, yes. But now I want to build this organization to even greater height. I would not say I'm so attached to deep thought, but I am so aimed with the vision that deep thought follows. Now I want to build deep thought into a better level. So my area of expertise, I would say, is a little bit of growth hacking, little bit of writing and growth hacking. So I would want to take that part and I would want to take myself to a level where I can build deep thought with my own hands alongside Tarun and everyone else. So that's where I see myself.
Great, that's great. So you just saw, right? So starting from a fresher to now a manager, and then in the next few months, is thinking of becoming an organization builder. So what do we mean by organization builder? It's basically a person who thinks of the entire organization, right? What happens is in a lot of corporates, people just join, they do their projects, they just go home and done, right? They don't like think about the cause of the company, right? They're just there for CTC and stuff. But here, people like Artwa, they are here for the growth of the entire culture, right? Growth of the entire like taking the course forward, right? And who do you think do these things? They are usually CXOs or CEO people, right? So here when you like just like Artua, she has a vision for her becoming a CXO or CEO, right? So when you get exposed to all those learning drills and stuff here, when you get exposed to all those perspectives, you might as well develop that dream for yourself to become a CEO and stuff, right? So one thing that would always stress upon here is just feel free to dream as much as you want, right? Have a dream without any constraints, because here you will get that push to achieve the dream of yours. Yeah, let's take Susan's question. Okay, she answered here. Would you like to elaborate on that question here, like by speaking, Atwa? Okay, wait. What made you continue trying to not give up? Yeah, yes. Okay, let's talk about this, right? So Deeper is an innovative setup. Okay, here you innovate stuff, you come up with things out of empty air, right? There's nothing, you just come out of it. You come up with creative ways to innovate certain things. So when those things happen, we definitely fail a lot, right? Like there's failure everywhere and there's chaos everywhere. Like today something might fail, tomorrow something else might fail, and it might just ruin your mental health or something, right? But what kept you going? You have been here for 2 months, you have been leading two teams, and trust me, leading two teams is not easy, guys. I'm in one team and it has been stressing me out, but she has been leading two teams and it's just wonderful. So would you like to share your experience, Atwa? Like how do you just keep yourself going?
Yeah, sure. So I think what I learned here is, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of failure. Trust me. I mean, when I was in one team, there's a lot of experimentations we do. Some things just don't work out. And I think what kept me going is people here. When I did fail on some experiment, people here were like, it's fine, we'll try something else. It's fine, we'll go ahead and try something else. When I was not a leader, and Amrit is here, he was my team lead, and we failed a lot of things. I mean, I did a lot of things that didn't work, and we experimented, and he was like, it's fine, we'll do another experiment. So I think what kept me going is the mindset that accepting my failure was fine. Even now, uh, when my team, let's say, experiments something and fails, what I tell them is it's fine, we'll do something else next time. It's fine that we know that it failed, but we'll continue going with it. So experimentations and these things, I think, takes a little bit of courage, and just not, be stopped with a failure. Failures will come and go. That's fine. We'll keep going on with the experimentations and innovations.
Awesome. Thank you, Artua. Just two more questions, right, from my side. And if others do not have questions, then we'll end this. So one question is, okay. Okay, let's first take other people's questions, right? What are the elements that make up a great story? Yeah, you are a storyteller. So we'd like to answer that question.
Okay. Yeah. I get asked this question a lot, and mostly by observers like you guys who come in and ask me, what is the element that makes your story amazing? I would say originality. I understand when you're working. I thought that working in an organization meant that I had to tamper with my originality, but I never did tamper with my originality in Deep Thought. Kept my originality, and I think everyone who's working individually in my team has also kept their originality, and we have kind of structured around it. We have found out new processes so that we can keep the writer's originality, and those processes can be around it. So I think the only thing that makes up a great story is, one is the people whose story it is, and the second is if you have the originality with you.
Great. Thank you, Artua. So yeah, one question from my side. So you were made a leader, right? Like again, as you said, within just 2 or 3 weeks, you were made a leader at Deep Thought. So do you think that you were made a leader because you had a lot of skills, you had a lot of good management skill and stuff, or was it for some other reason? Why do you think you were made a leader at Deep Thought?
Okay, I would not, like I said, I did not have like good people management skills. Not before I became a leader. I was put in the position where I had to talk to a lot of people, and then I slowly developed that skill. So I think the sole reason, it's not just me. I think everyone who is a leader, and I think Tushar would agree as well, is because they thought sees the potential in us, not just the skill set, a potential, an urge to learn every day, and they put us in this leadership position. And I think some, like much of it is experimentation. They want to see if we are um, making it way, which is also like an experimentation. Like I said, there are a lot of failures in this also when team leads are made. But I think the sole reason why I was made a team lead, I would say, is because I had this zeal to not give up. People would tell me, no, it's fine. I'm like, no, I'll not give up. I'll do this again and again and again till it's correct. And I think that came from totally from deep thought. So yeah.
Great. Thank you, Arthur, for that. So yeah, guys, if even like when we hire people at Deep Thought, we do not look at your skills at all, right? Because we just want to learn it. Like even in at Deep Thought, in the next few days, you will learn this idea of career progression, right? So Arthur is now in that manager level, right? She wants to become a CXO, CEO level. So when people start, they start from a fresher level, right? That fresher level, we do not expect them to have any skill, right? We just expect you to be a humble learner who's curious to ask questions to learn, right? So what we define leader as is leader is a person who is able to guide other people, right? Who's able to teach other people. Even Steve Jobs said, right, if I'm not learning from a person, why would I even respect them? So that's why, like, the leaders here, they will teach you, they will guide you, right? So you will learn new skills by working on the projects, right? So we do not expect you to have skills. If you do not have, that's totally fine. We just want you to be humble learners, who's just curious, who have that childlike curiosity to go ahead and ask questions, right? So yeah, um, right. We got a question from. Okay, I lost one question. Yeah, okay, it's from Isaac. How are you able to work and carry your team along, right? So yeah, how do you carry other people, not just yourself?
Okay, sure. So this week, when I was completely new to this managing two teams at once, yeah, I faced problems. I thought that I couldn't do it, but then I think dividing your time, what helped me was dividing my time into my people, and I think what makes you a great leader is when your team is able to do it even when you're not there, they're able to carry it. I think that's what would tell you that you're a good leader. And I think my team, one of my team, like growth stories, have been there and I've guided them, and they have been able to do it all alone by themselves. And I think it was wonderful to see them evolve into this stage. And now I'm trying the other team to evolve into that place where even if I'm not there or I'm on a leave or something happens, they are able to carry the team along. So I think it's more like us working together than me carrying them.
It's great. Thank you, Artwa. So, guys, one philosophy that you will be introduced to at Deep Thought is, a leader is someone who makes other people a leader as well, right? So there's one leader and they're, helping other people emerge as leaders as well. So you might want to ask yourself, do you want to just do you just want to lead people alone, or do you want other leaders to as well emerge, right? That's a question that we all ask ourselves, right? What are we doing to help other people grow as well, not just us growing? Right? And the other thing is we often talk about this, idea of us feeling empowered instead of being comfortable. So what happens is people join community and they feel comfortable, they fall into that comfort zone, right? They do not tend to get out. But here you will be pushed all day long, right? So we want you to be empowered to, not just sit inside a cave like a caveman, but go out and hunt, right? There might be a lot of huge animals and stuff, but you want to go and hunt, right? Because otherwise you will die, you will not get food. So do you want to stay inside that cave or do you want to go out? That's a question that you would want to ask yourself. Okay, and we can get one final question, right? So yeah, one question last, Pratua. What is what are a few advice that you want to give to this observers who are just starting the journey with Deep Thought?
Okay. I know who are new, they would be a little bit nervous and excited, but trust me, go ahead and ask the questions. We are there. We would love to. I mean, we kind of sit for those moments during the day where someone would come us and ask questions about our lab. We love those interactions. I mean, trust me, I work in a story lab, so some of the best stories that came out of our lab was during these conversations, that some idea struck us or some observer told us that this can be a good idea, you can follow this, and we followed it and it was great. So one is, please go ahead and ask that question. I mean, I learned it through my observation process that, I mean, asking the question is better. And another would be, enjoy the process. As much as you learn through the process, as much as you absorb through the process, enjoy it equally. Enjoy learning about the company and keep absorbing information like a sponge, because there's a lot of information going around. Whenever you join a room, you see a discussion like there's like 1,000 threads at once that are going in. So just be like a sponge and absorb it all. I think that will help you a lot, not only if you join Deep Thought, but also in your personal or professional life outside of Deep Thought.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Atwa, for all that insight, and we hope that you do grow into that CEO level where you are able to help the organization grow and take the cause forward. Thank you for being a torch bearer and inspiring us today. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you, Tushar, for inviting me. I love having these interactions. Thank you so much, everyone. See you guys at Growth Stories or Organizational Growth Lab. I'll be there.
Thank you so much,
Have a good day,
Atwa,
guys.
for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amrit, for inviting me.
Thank you. Great, guys. So I hope you got certain insights, from the answers that Artua gave, and I hope you're feeling very much excited and inspired to go ahead and leave your own, start your own journey, right, in this community. So we hope that you will have a good time here. Okay. So it's 5:42. I think we can take a few reflections for like 30 to 40 seconds. So would anyone feel like to go ahead and reflect on whatever you captured from Artua's answers that she gave? And like, how are you feeling as well? Would love to hear that. Yeah, Rahul, please go ahead. Thank you so much for the initiative.
First of all, I'm greeting everyone. Actually, I got the first thing from Arthwas, that is keep asking. And this was the very good thing. She said that keep asking so that we can solve our problems and we can move ahead. And the second thing she said that enjoyment. While doing work, is also a good part. I'm quite nervous right now because it's my first day. So I think I'm gathering many informations and I will be continuing this thing. Thank you.
Great, wonderful, Rahul. And even though you're feeling nervous, you know had that courage to go and click on that raise hand, right? And that says a lot about you, right? So that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, having that childlike curiosity, right? You just want to keep on asking and just annoy the hell out of people, right? By asking them questions. So that's something that I used to like. I tell everyone, just annoy everyone by asking questions. And the other thing is definitely, as like Rahul was talking about, right? How you want to ask those questions to people and how you want to have fun when you have doing all this you know uh, stuff. As I said, right, it's all chaotic, so if you do not remind yourself of how fun it might be, then you might just burn yourself out, right? So this mantra that I always tell myself over time is it'd be fun, it'd be fun. Like Amit might be Amit might vouch for that. Like whenever something bad happens, something happens, I'll just say it'd be fun, right? Because it turns out to be fun, right, at the end, even though it's embarrassing or something, right? So yeah, Susan, please go ahead. Again, thank you for the initiative. You're not audible, Susan. Not audible, right? Is it just me, or can you guys hear him?
Please, student, unmute yourself. You are, yeah. I guess, I guess you are having a mic issue, man. You can either rejoin or yeah, you can rejoin and thank you so much for the initiative. Yes, Tushar.
Yeah, Sivam, please go ahead. You are not audible as well, Sivam.
Wait,
Okay, I
no,
hope it's not my issue. Yeah,
no, it's not your issue, Tushar.
yeah, okay.
I guess might possible it's internet issue. Shivam,
Hello, am I
yeah.
audible?
Uh,
Hello.
go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I just was listening to her and learned about like what's happening in the while observing the session, and she has joined like before us, so she is already as an intern, I guess, right? So she just explained what's happening and how you can learn things, and I have some question as well for like afterward, like, so I will go with that if it's okay. So I want to know like I have to write like I don't know reflection of my just what I want to join, or I can explore and like write about that as well, and like as well different, like there are so much breakout room, so we can learn from anywhere, or for the reflection part, or we have to just go for the what I'm applying. So what is
Right, got your question, Sivam. Point number one, and I think this is very important point, right? The reason that you are observing is not for your reflections, right, but for you again to see if the culture is fit for you or not, right? Reflection is just a byproduct of it. Okay, so do not go to a certain room just because you want some content for your reflection. Okay, go to a room because you are genuinely interested in asking questions. Okay, that's fine, but just one point. The other point is, if you click on that breakout rooms option, you'll see there are a lot of breakout rooms, right? So you can enter any of those breakout rooms other than a do not disturb room, right? Because that's self-explanatory, right? We do not want to disturb those people. And do not enter classroom as well, because those are for the students only. Other than that, you can enter any room and then just interact with people, ask them
I was
questions and stuff.
asking for the learning purpose only, because she said that she's in different room, so that the topic she was discussing, they were good. Like I was like curious about them, so that's why I like growing with deep thought, and other than that also, and Vishkarma also, she spoke about that, so I want to explore them. That's why I was asking.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, Sivam. Any other question? You can enter any room and ask any question you have, right? So feel free to do that.
Okay, no, not more any question for now.
Okay, no more question. Awesome. Okay. And okay, one point I want to talk about is like when you were saying, right, reflecting Sivam, you said about this point of intern, right? I think you were referring to Artua. So again, as I said, right, we had this career progression chart. So we usually do not see people here as interns, right? So, that intern is that uh, fresher itself, right? That humble learner. But we want you to become much more than an intern,
Yeah.
right? So we have that term called student unicorn here. That's
Okay.
what we use for those people, right? They have
Yeah.
different competencies.
I have
and
heard
stuff.
that term, but I don't know where to use. That's why I just shared like that.
And student unicorns are basically the people, right? The associates who are in this community. So instead of calling them interns, we call them student unicorns because they are different people, right?
Yeah.
So
Thank you for that.
yes, Rituparna, please go ahead.
Being third day of observer, I can connect many things that told about her journey. But I love the one part where she suggests us to maintain our originality. This is the main thing, and that's what for what we are just struggling everywhere when we moving in other cooperative worlds. They just want to finish. They want polish attitude. So here I find something that's really everyone is very trying to cherish our behavior and our body language according to how we behave, what we want to learn and what we want to do according to that's I really want to share.
Wonderful reflection. Thank you so much, Rituparna. Anyone else would like to reflect?
Am I audible now?
Yes, Susan. Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, what I got, like what I learned from what ma'am told was, like, thing is, it's being a leader is not that easy. At the same time, it is that interesting. So, but in deep thought, I feel it's okay to like whatever she told was it's okay to fail. Even though you fail, your team gets your motivation up. So I think motivation is one thing that is very important in a culture like this, because if a person is demotivated, he won't try to learn the same thing again. So I think that is seen in deep thought, that motivation, like everyone is motivated equally, even if they're not compared on how much they know or their skill set. So that is what I got to know through what she told.
Great. That's awesome, Susan. Thank you so much. I would like to stress upon a few points here. Point number one, we use this term motivation and stuff, right? And that's great. But we see the reason motivation is not good enough is motivation do not encourage you to go and take the action, right? Let's say that you are watching a video, you are listening to certain people, you feel motivated, but that's it. After a few hours, you will be done, right? So here we do not expect you, like we don't want you to be motivated. Instead, we want you to be empowered. Again, right? This empowered word, right? We want you to be driven. We want you to be inspired, right? So again, what are you doing to get out of the cave, right? Like just think about it. You are inside a cave, right? And you are just hearing people talk about how it's beautiful outside and stuff. You will feel motivated to go out, but you might still be scared and you might just never go out, right? But if you're empowered, if you're driven, if you know that you want to explore outside, then you will definitely go out, right? So that's one point. The other point is, it's I think one of the most important points. Sir, ma'am, and stuff, right? Let's please not call anyone by such sir and name, sir, ma'am, and stuff. Even Tarun, right? He's a CEO, but you can still call him Tarun, okay? Because again, we do not like support this hierarchy and stuff, right? So we expect we consider all of them to be at the same level, even though there's a huge age variation, right? So yeah, great. Thank you, Susan. Anyone else who would like to reflect? Can we see the recording of lab sessions? Which lab sessions are you talking about, Shivam?
Any of that, like if I will join as a UX or lab UI UX lab session, so afterwards can I see the session, or do we have to just like grasp everything or on that one?
Okay, you're talking about workshops and sessions that happen, right? Those
Yeah, yeah.
teaching workshops. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are recorded. So you can ask the moderators to send you the recording link. They might not be able to say at that point only, but they will send after they drop off the link, right? Because it takes time to get saved,
Upload, yeah.
right? Yeah, but we'll definitely
Thanks.
share with you.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, Susan, please go ahead.
So I have another doubt. See, thing is, we'll be in the Zoom meeting for around 4 hours. So can we switch between any breakout room in between Like how does that work? When
Yes.
can we switch?
Right. So after this orientation is over, you can just click on that breakout room, and there are a lot of breakout rooms, right? Other than that, do not disturb room, you can go to any room at any time. No one is stopping you, right? So if you go to organization growth lab and you feel like people are having a good discussion, you can just hang out there, right? And if you think that you're not enjoying there, you might go to a different room, and it's totally your choice, right? So yeah. One thing I would suggest is if in a room there's no discussion happening, people are quiet, don't stay there, because again, you would be wasting your time, right? You want to hear people. So go to those rooms, like find rooms where people are talking, where you can get insights. You can ask your questions. Okay, ask as many questions as you want. Yes,
One
Shivam.
more question.
Yeah.
So like it's from 5 to 9, right?
Mhm.
So it's full-time discussion, or like every time it's a different discussion, or a topic or set something like that, or it's a
Uh,
random discussion kind of thing.
Well, it depends on the projects that people are working on. Let's say that you
Okay.
join Organization Growth Lab, right? They might be talking about some industry, like client people related stuff. If you go to
Okay.
CPL, like Career Progression Lab, we'll be talking about, this CEO wala thing. We'll be talking about, giving people ambition, helping people solve their problems and stuff. Growth Stories Lab, they'll be talking about how to produce content and stuff. So it depends on the project that people are working on.
Okay.
But from 6:30 to 8 p.m., okay, 6:30 to 8, we'll have workshops. So
Okay.
we have like 6 different courses that we are going to cover today. Just to quickly name them, we have growth hacking, right? We have software development, like introduction to software development. We have program management. We have systems thinking. We have champions house, like where you're learning about leadership. Okay. And the other
Okay.
thing is where you're learning about emotional intelligence. So this 6 different
Okay.
topics. So they will start from 6:30 to it will go until 8, right? And 2 courses will happen parallelly. So you can join only one of them. So you can join total of 3 sessions today.
Okay.
Okay. We'll send you the schedule in the observation group, so you don't have to worry about where to join and
Okay.
stuff.
Thank you.
And at 8:30, we have TOC sessions. So for those people who do not know, just to quickly guide you through it, TOC is a concept that Eliyahu Goldratt came up with, theory of constraints. What happens is all the teams, they like during their work time, they all split together their work, right? But at the end of the day, they come together in one single room and they talk about the day, how their day was, what were the things they worked on, whether they face any problem, those constraints, right? So if they face those constraints, how can they solve them as a team? So that's what we do after 8:30.
It's quite nice. What's the short form do you say?
TOC, theory of
Okay.
constraints. Okay, I would suggest you to go and explore this. There's this book by Eliyahu Goldratt called The Goal, right? Eliyahu Goldratt. Do explore it. It's a wonderful book. So yeah, Aditya, you raised your hand. Would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, if my domain is growth hacking, so can I attend any other classes?
Yes, you can. Remember that in this observation period, you do not have any domain. You do not have any role, right? You are here just
No,
to explore.
I applied for growth hacking. That's why.
Sure. You can join any room, right? Even like this point that Artwa has also said, right? She's working on marketing as well. She's working on content as well. So what happens is you join for a certain role. You will definitely work for that role, but you will work for other stuff as well. For example, when I applied for physics research or a thing, right? But then I went on to doing growth hacking, content writing, product management, project management, systems development, a lot of things I did, right? So you get to do a lot of stuff here. Not just like as it happens and conventionally, right? You just stick to one role, so the role doesn't have to define you, right? So you can do whatever you want. Any other question or reflection? I think we don't have much time. Yeah, okay, Sivam.
So it's like you said there will be like I can attend 3 sessions. So in the like the message you will write down the breakout room name, so we can go through that one, or we have to go through all something.
No, we will send all the information regarding the workshops. Okay,
Okay,
you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you.
Great. So yeah, that's it, guys. I would not want to waste any more of your time. I would suggest you to go to different rooms now and start, exploring. Just a few pointers that I would want to convey is like, some advice that I would give. Point number 1, again, having that humility, right? Okay, let me just tell you this story. You might have heard of this person, philosopher called Socrates. right? He was like one of the most annoying philosophers in his times, right? He would just go and talk to all the people, and he would ask them a lot of questions, a lot of fundamental questions, right? And he would like, dispute their claims, right? He would ask questions in such a way that those people will just lose their sanity, right? So that we can say, right, Socrates knows a lot, but in one of his dialogues, in one of Plato's dialogue, Socrates said that even though he does all that thing, he knows nothing, right? When he was asked, like, how much do you know and stuff, he said he knows nothing, right? So having that humility is super, super important, right? And that's basically the foundation of, that student unicorn that we look for, right? Are you humble enough to learn? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, right. Isaac, it might be with, some issues with your headphone or something. Please try to fix it.
I have one more question. So, like, if it was the first day, so only first day we have to write observation, or like from second day I can join directly to my breakout room or the workshop.
We'll have orientation every day. Okay, from like today it happened for 1 hour. It's not supposed to go on for 1 hour, right? It's supposed to be just 30 to 45 minutes. So we'll have such short reflections every single day, and you'll write reflections every single day again.
Okay.
Okay, so like reflection until you're in your observation period, but even after observation period is over, when you're hired, we ask everyone to write reflections, right? It's
Yeah,
basically a habit that we ask everyone
yeah,
to
it's a good habit to write it down what you're learning.
Yeah, great. So guys, point number 1, humility, right? Point number 2, asking questions as much as you want, right? And point number 3, not having that nervousness, right? Again, another mantra of mine is seeking embarrassment, right? Are you wanting to get yourself embarrassed? Because when you get yourself embarrassed, at least you are gaining something, right? It's a lot better than not gaining something. So I would suggest you to get yourself to be embarrassed, right? As much as you want. Don't think about what others might say and stuff. Okay, so those 3 pointers, do remember them and have fun exploring the rooms. Yeah, great, guys. If you have any question, you can reach out to Student Unicorn Lab, or you can reach out to, just drop your question in the observation group. Okay, we'll be happy to answer your questions. So when you're exploring the rooms, just ask yourself, right? Do I want to lead teams tomorrow as well? Do I want to inspire other people? Right? Do I want to grow as a CEO level, or do I just want to remain as project manager or someone? Right? If you have the dream of becoming that CEO, just go ahead and ask questions and learn as much as you can.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Tushar, and what a great orientation as always.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amrit.